not something that you get to do, you know, every month or so. No, it's maybe once in a lifetime to work on a project like this.
It was a really good opportunity because realistically, in the real world, I don't know when you're going to get another chance to create such a wonderful chocolate showpiece.
I like to participate in anything, right? Because everything you do is a little more experience added to your resume.
So, you know, first, you know, it was like from a little project to just do like a little chocolate showpiece where like supposed to be maybe like, you know, 4 or 5 hours of work. And it turned to like, you know, that gigantic project where like everybody have to work, and then we bring like, you know, another 6 students in the team. And we just like develop it, and it comes bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's where the engineering comes in, and you have to make sure like everything is balanced and put correctly. Otherwise, you know, the tower wouldn't hold together.
And if it's something which has to represent a monument or something which is of historical significance, it becomes important for us to understand and to get things right.
And as well, all like the mathematics involved on that, you know, about the structure, and make sure, you know, it's going to be like, you know, stable, and it's going to be like able to stand up because we have one shot.
If we had ideas, we basically told them what would look maybe better or nicer, you know, especially with the Paris writing. We didn't know whether to have it like in small letters or in capital letters. Another thing that actually took a lot of time and looked very, very nice, I don't know if people noticed, but the base looked like the pieces were like cut individually and placed individually on the base.
Making the base involves making all these tiny, like, inch-long cubes and then pasting them all with chocolate onto this board. So that took hours and hours of time. Before we assembled the bottom piece, we had this piece of wood, and we all wrote our names on it, and it was kind of cool because like we're all like under the actual sculpture, which is kind of fun.
I was involved in the chocolate carving, working on the base itself. I helped out with a lot of the desserts beforehand, and the construction, like the main construction, that was a big part of that too.
One of the things that I was responsible for was making the flowers, and I was just joking with some of the guys about how they were working on the actual structure of the piece. Like, men build the house, women work on the interior designing. So anyways, I was creating the flowers, and we wanted to have different colored ones. So we had dark chocolate petals, then we had white chocolate with a red color on the inside, and then we had another version with the yellow and dark chocolate. So, I mean, it takes lots of time to temper the chocolate, color the chocolate, and to create each individual petal. Then you've got to put it onto the acetate, put it into the mold in the fridge, let it cool, and then you have to assemble petal by petal. So it took a lot of time, and you really want to make sure you make as many as possible in case at the event they break. So we had a lot of backup.
If it wasn't for the extras, then every time something would break, it'd be so much bigger deal. But we had a lot extra.
You know, they have to like literally like, you know, after they temper the chocolate, you know, like put some like powder, like gold or like copper we use. And then after they put it in like the chocolate, and they have to suck the chocolate up to like, you know, the other end of the tube.
To do the branches, we had, the only way was to suck the chocolate through the tube. So eventually I ended up doing most of it.
So that was part of the fun, because it's a new technique. The students, like, they never like, you know, use that, and they never like, you know, like see that before. And then after you have to cut them, and that is part of the trouble, because you have to cut, you know, the tube without breaking the chocolate inside.
Oh, that was horrible. We had this little tiny minivan that we had to get everything into, and then you have to try to keep it all balanced and straight and level and everything, and there's all these little delicate chocolate flowers. It was tricky.
All the flour, everything was like separate. All the flour, all like the part was like done separately. But by the end, we have like all the structure of the Eiffel Tower, and they're quite long, almost like 6 feet long.
It took us some time, and we had to be extra careful because it's chocolate after all. It's very fragile, and thankfully, all the pieces arrived there intact.
I'm like, okay, where's the key? Where's the key? But nobody knew, nobody remembered. So we go through all the school, everywhere, and I mean like everywhere.
We were trying to get one of the doors open, and we did, but we kind of covered the door, so we forgot the key or the keys, you know.
Finally, Abdullah come to me and is like, "Chef, I think I know where's the key."
God, we ended up finding them because I don't think the event would have went as well.
And he moved like the tablecloth, and boom, the key was right there. Then we all laugh and we say, okay, that was like a life experience as well. If it's part of the game, something go wrong and you laugh about it.
Working away and all of a sudden you see something just like drop, you're just like,
The temperature is always a problem.
The tower wouldn't hold together.